You ever wake up in the morning, ready for the flea market? You only have like 5 hours of sleep. And then you say to yourself, do I really want to go? There's my phone. Of course, it goes off when I'm doing the intro. Oh well. That plan is scrapped. Welcome back to Flea Market Finds, everybody. Hooray. Good day, actually. Good haul for today. Over the last 2 weeks, it's been bare bones, I want to say. Pardon me, I am thirsty. Coke shirt. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Especially cold. But I got some decent stuff today, and over the last couple of weeks, it's been alright. Last week, I went selling at the Berlin Farmers Market, got some stuff there. The week before that, I went looking to see if I could find anything. I found one thing, and it was cheap, and I wanted it. So, let's get to it then. I guess I'll start with movies. Got a bunch today, actually. If I don't have any of these, some of this will be going to a local store called CEX, and they will take movies, games, electronics, and whatnot for trade-ins and whatnot. And I usually get decent credit because I carry the app with me, and the app shows me, like, okay, you get this much in credit for this. And movies at the flea market are $1, people. So if I find something I pay $1 for, and they're going to give me $5 in credit for, I'm all for it. Let's see. Some of these I paid less than $1 for. I'm trying to think what I paid $1 for. That goes here. Okay. These movies I got 2 for $1. I got 4 movies here. Picked up the original Batman. I didn't have it. I thought that was a sacrilege because I like Batman, so I needed the 89 Batman. The new Robin Hood from like 2010. Never saw it. Wanted to see it. So I guess for $1, I'll try it out. Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I didn't feel like paying $10 to $15 at Christmas time to get this, so I wanted it. And this is not a bad movie. I went to see this in theater when it came out. I loved it when it first showed. And another odd thing, Christmas movies, right? The Muppets Christmas Carol, probably my favorite version of this classic story. Don't ask me why. I like the Muppets, and they did this pretty good, much like Treasure Island. I have Treasure Island on my shelf over there somewhere. These were all $1 a piece. 2 I know I'm keeping. These 3 might be going to trade in with CEX. I don't even know if we had this or not. I'll have to check, but I picked up the original Wizard of Oz. These really aren't in the best shape, but they're hard to find in my area. Like Mouse Hunt. You ever hear of Mouse Hunt? I saw this when this was in theaters. This is funny as all hell. 2 guys inherit a big house. I think they were trying to sell it. Or were trying to... something like that. And there was a mouse living in the house. And every which way, this mouse would outsmart them. And he would just... It's Tom and Jerry humor at its best, but it's 2 humans trying to fight a mouse. It's great comedy. Great slapstick, like, hurt comedy. These 3, I'm pretty sure one of these we don't have. So, I don't know. But when I mean to go to CX, I trade in Disney movies. Because usually they'll do, like, it's like 3 to 5, depending. I saw a copy of Dumbo. And I looked it up, and they're going to give you, like, 3 credit for it. And I was like, But, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Actually, not a horrible film for a sequel to Lion King. I liked it. Disney's Brave and Disney's Tangled. Chocolate enough. $6 in credit for this. $6. Alright, for $1, I'll get it. But I don't know if we have Brave or Lion King 2. Alright, next, I got some toys. So we'll do toys next. This is one of the more shocking things that I've ever found, because I've been looking for them forever. and the plastic quality is still shit. It feels like you grab it and there's like a substance to it. I don't know if that's the age to some of these or not, but it just feels like there's something really sticky on these, and it's bothering me. Like, I want to stick these in like some soap and water to get it off, but it probably won't do the job. But I paid $5 for the little baggie, and I think right here you'll know. There's the cards. There's a couple dice for the game that originally were played, but I got some Metabot figures. Motor Roller or something. I think he's missing an arm, but these things are like very hard to find. Like, and I think it's mostly because they're all like clear plastic. And just from rubbing on this stuff, like, these were either put near a glue bottle or by a glue bottle. Who else we got here? Ninja. Odd. That's Sentai Ninja. What is it? This is Robo, is it? Yeah. Robo Emperor. I think it's Robo Emperor. I gotta check the card just to be on the safe side for this. It is Mega Emperor. Okay. Robo Emperor is kind of the evolved form of this, kinda. It's kinda like a larva state, and Robo Emperor was kinda like the upgraded version. And the piece de resistance, a gold Metabee, is little stacks that were on here broke off. That's fine. These things are very hard to find. I was very into the cartoon when I was younger, because the thing with this is, the gimmick is you can just take stuff off and swap it with other little minifigures. Like, I could take this arm off and put on another one. I could take the torso off and put it with another one. It was a very interesting gimmick that they used for a toy, and it really worked because they did it on the show. If you won a battle, you took one of your opponent's limbs. You took their armor. And that was like your winning prize. It's like, alright, I got to decapitate. And I'll take your head. Did get some more toys off the guy. I was shocked to see that stuff. I was even more shocked to see this stuff, because he wanted $1 a piece for these. I was like, here, take my money. This is a little Monster Rancher. Not sure anyone knows. This is also a game, but it also had a TV show, and this is kind of the mascot for it. Little Mochi. Because I guess it looks like a rice patty. Is Mochi a rice cake? I forget. But that's what this was called on the show, Mochi. And I never noticed that there was a heart on the back. Basically, this would roll up like a little roly-poly and attack. And it had it was a little annoying because it would always end its sentences with the word chi. So, I don't know. But what really got me were he had some PVC Digimon figures. I never really bought into these, but now I'm kind of like, I want a bunch of these. I'm trying to think. I think this is Mega Draymon? I forget what this guy's name is. For the life of me, this guy and the other guy always got me, because I don't think I ever had their cards. Hercules Kabuterimon. Very nice, actually, this one. Not a lot of detail on this one, but I guess you get what you get. Magnamon. And one I actually had as a kid. I probably threw him out when I was younger, but a little Diaboramon. Is it Diablomon? Destructionmon? I don't know, he had a different name, like Apocalypsemon or something. Like Diaboramon. Awesome, got all those. That was like $10 for all that, and I was just like, thank you. Thank you. I've been looking for that. I got more stuff off that guy too, but let's get into something else. Guy that I bought a bunch of movies from, he actually had some games as well. I spent, $15 on this stuff? Which ain't bad. These were like $1 a piece. They were Game Boy Advance games. I wanted them because I liked the show, and I figured I'd give them a shot. I don't know if they're any good or not, but for $1 a piece, I'll take them. Kim Possible and Kim Possible 2 for the GBA. That's the thing. I'll collect games based on TV shows that I used to watch. That I feel are going to be good, not something that... I used to watch that So Raven. I'm not going to get that So Raven the game. Wanted $5 for this. I just paid him because I barely see it. This isn't in the greatest shape of all time. I will get this resurfaced, and hopefully some of these will come out. But I needed this to finish the set because I have 1, 2, and 4. I needed 3. Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3. Didn't have it. Disc is not in the best shape, but if I ever find a replacement disc for cheap, at least I have the case and manual. And he wanted, I think, I asked him how much the 360 games were. He goes, they're like 5 and up. I grabbed these two knowing, like, okay, these are going to be like in the $5 range. I just blatantly said, would you do 2 for $8? He did that. Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and Lego The Hobbit and Lego Lord of the Rings. Both in mint shape, both of the manuals. I'll probably give them a playthrough for a little bit and keep them until I find PlayStation 3 versions, because I'd rather have them on the PlayStation 3. Shockingly enough, though, I could just trade these into CX and get $5 a piece for them. I don't even be making $2 ahead in the credit area, but I don't know. They have. I'm trying to build up credit because they have a Majora's Mask 3DS that looks very nice, and they want like $230 for it. So if I can spend like 20 to 25 to get like stuff to bring that down to like maybe $100, I'll do it. Because a lot of the trade credit I have for them, I've only spent like $1 or $2 on it. So we'll see how that one goes. Let's see here. Okay. My lone trip to the flea market 2 weeks ago, I came across a disc-only copy of this. I actually had found the manual for this at Too Many Games, and that is Beast Wars for the PS1. The seller just had the disc. He was a reseller. He wanted $4 for the disc. The disc is in mint shape. I paid him the $4. I brought the game home, put the manual in one of my own little CD cases. Doesn't have the back art, but this is as nice as I think that I want to get to this, because I only paid like $1 for the manual. So that's $5 into a game that's worth like 12 complete. So missing the back art, I'm not going to complain, except maybe that it just doesn't have the spine. Got these actually last week. Were these the only game pickups I had? I'm trying to think here. Did I get a PS3 game? Oh no, I had a PS2 game also that I got for $3. Duel Masters on the PS2. It's up there. It didn't have the manual, but I had a copy in my dollar box at the flea market with the manual, so just grabbed that out, brought it home. So, and it's only worth like $3, but this is a nice little stack. Got these for, what was it, $2 a pop. All are complete. So I got Power Rangers Samurai on the DS. Been actually looking for that. Didn't want to go out and get just a loose copy. Let's see. This is Beautiful Joe. Loose cart. This actually paid for the lot. Orcs and Elves. Randomly, it's like a $15 game on the DS. I've never played it. It's made by EA. Apparently, it's a turn-based from the award-winning creators of Doom RPG. Never played that either. Orcs and Elves transports you into a mystical realm filled with strange beasts and treacherous villains. Explore the ancient citadel of, I can't pronounce that, and unleash powerful sentient weapons in strategic turn-based combat. I like turn-based combat. The thing is, it looks like computer graphics. So this was probably a port. And then the 2 PSP games. One I've actually been looking for. Don't ask me why. Platypus. It's a claymation shooter, apparently. And the one I was looking for, Fat Princess Fistful of Cake. I don't know why I've been looking for this, but the title just got me, and I was just like, yeah, I need that Fat Princess. Let's see. On to the rest of the game finds for today, I guess. Save those. These were just empty DS cases that I got from my one of the local resellers there. He only wants $2 a piece for DS cases, and I had the games for these. This one didn't have any of the paperwork or the manual, but I had the game. I wanted it semi-complete. Naruto Path of the Ninja 2. And this one had all of its paperwork and manual. I've had the cart for like the longest time. And I'm glad to actually get this shiny little cover. Bleach Dark Souls. Been meaning to get this based on the TV series. I don't care. And this is actually a fun little... it's not a beat 'em up. It's actually like a... it's a fighting game, kind of. I shouldn't say kind of. It is a fighting game. Or am I thinking of another game that I played? I swear this is that one. I don't know. I actually had to wait a hell of a long time for these two. You know, I paid $2.50 a piece for those because I bundled it with something. Lady had an N64 on the table with 2 games. I asked how much. She said the 64 is $35, and I asked her if that with the games, and she didn't know, so she had to call someone. So I wait about 7-8 minutes, nothing. Call again, nothing. She goes, and then I asked, well, how much would you want just for the games? And she goes, I don't know, he might want like 15 for the games. And I was just like, you know what, for that price, I'll take them. They're not in the greatest shape at all. The labels are very worn. The pins, I'm going to say these will work. I have to test them first. One game isn't in as horrible shape as the other one. I think it's just because of how much color is on the other one. But for $15, I got a GoldenEye 007. As you can tell, that label is... I gotta get that off. That'll come real easy off of my fingernails. And the one game that just caught my eye, I knew I had to grab it. Mario Kart 64, and as you can tell, that label is good. Even on the back. Someone even gouged something. I think it's like their initials on the back. I mean, for $15, I mean, I could sell the Mario Kart for like maybe 20, 25. Get my money back with a little profit and sell a GoldenEye for like 10 for a little bit more. It's just, it saddens me to see a game like this go to this, and it's just, you can easily replace the back, no problem. But when you see the label like that, you just think, okay, was this in water? Was this like kept near the sun? Was this just put on a windowsill for the longest time, and then they finally just picked it up? That's what worries me sometimes when I see a label like this. But I mean, the pins look good enough. I'll have to clean them up a little bit and grab my N64, but I have a Mario Kart in my collection that's buggy. Like, it'll freeze on me for no goddamn reason. So I'm hoping that this might be an upgrade, and when I finally get that stinking bit driver, I'll replace the boards in these. And yes, if I ever do intend to sell this, I will tell the person who's buying this that it is a little glitchy. Because when I have freezes or just shuts off, that's what the other one does, and that label on that copy is minty. But finally, the last thing, and this is probably the weirdest thing I'm ever going to grab. Just because, I mean, the cart on this thing is massive. The box on this thing is massive. No manual. I got this with the 2 empty DS cases. They wanted $25 for this, and they wanted $2 a piece on the DS cases. I said, would you do $25 for this lot? And this is the same guy I had the toys from earlier. I went back like an hour later, because I had actually looked this up a little bit. And this is actually quite a hard-to-find game. Or not hard to find, I should say. More or less, it's expensive for Genesis. And when it comes to expensive Genesis games, I tend to buy them. So I say I paid $2.50 a piece for the cases. That brings us down to $20. The cart alone goes between like $25 and $45 online alone. So it doesn't have the manual. The game is in great shape. But it's Blades of Vengeance by Electronic Arts. I don't know if this is... I would consider this uncommon for the price that it is, because I have never seen a copy of this ever. This is probably one of the more harder to find games to find on the Genesis, I want to say. Just because I think a complete copy of this, if I had the manual for this, it's like $70 to $60, somewhere in that range. So to pay $20 for this with the artwork at least, it's not a bad deal. 8 meg, 2 players. And I mean, this is, it looks just like it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. But I've never heard of Blades of Vengeance. I mean, Electronic Arts apparently during this era was a very, very good game company. So I honestly, it still like Gauntlet almost, so it might be just like Gauntlet, except it's side-scrolling. Let's see. Beware evil awaits. Can you handle the monstrous onslaughts and defeat the evil Dark Lady? Slay evil with battle axe, rapier, mace, crossbow, and fireball. Okay. Choose from 3 different characters: Huntress, Warrior, Sorcerer. Build your powers with special armor and weapons. Explore 8 forbidden locations. Improve your odds of survival with magical spells. Exterminate countless enemies and confront the 8 terrifying end-of-level bosses. When were you made? 93. So around the end of the Genesis. I kind of capped the Genesis off at like 94, 95. So this is right around the time. But man, that good deal, good find. I don't know if I'll get rid of it. I don't know if I sell it. I don't really play my Genesis that much. I keep it there to test games that I feel are a little iffy. Like, will this work? Click. It works. Alright. Put in the sub in. I do have a small Genesis collection, like 4 games. But other than that, guys, that was pretty much it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.